Hello everyone, welcome back to Blackjack. I'm Blackjack Gaviani. Today we are going to be reacting to Martian Manhunter vs. Silver Surfer, but they're being sponsored by One Piece, so
Netflix's One Piece and Shady Rays.
Let me know if you want me to react to the trailers and stuff for the live-action One Piece, because I haven't watched them yet. I read the manga up
Martian Manhunter, DC's Space Ranger.
The Silver Surfer, Marvel's Sentinel of the Spaceways.
The depths of space hold secrets beyond our comprehension.
Yes.
But these sage superheroes have seen more of it than any of us could ever hope to.
Nice.
He's Wiz and I'm Boomstick.
And it's our job to analyze their weapons, armor, and skills
I'm
to
just
find out who
really
will win
glad
our
it's
death
not
battle.
versus Piccolo. I love Piccolo. He needs a better...
For as long as mankind has looked upon the
more
night
connections
sky,
to
the
an
stars
opponent.
have beckoned the brave to search the unknown and
Nice.
explore its endless wonders.
Space.
Dr. Saul Erdell, who's kind of a doctor in the same way Dr. Pepper is a doctor. This guy's got no formal education, but that didn't stop him from messing around with some ancient tech he stumbled upon.
He
Yeah, of
was
course.
desperate to live out his boyhood dreams of exploring the cosmos. So with the tech's
Cool,
advanced capabilities, Erdell created a machine that would bring the cosmos to him.
He pointed the machine at Mars, pushed a button, and hoped for the best.
Yeah.
And it worked. Erdell summoned a real-life Martian right before his very eyes. So remember, kids, when in doubt, just push buttons. Never
Yeah.
fails.
The mysterious and powerful alien known as John Jones, the Martian Manhunter, immediately
Cool.
started using his incredible powers in front of the Doctor, like mind reading and shape-shifting.
Which was just the tip of Erdell's discoveries. Turns out, Martians have complete control over their bodies and
Cool.
can transform into practically anything, like a freaking dragon.
I could
an
use that
exact
power.
duplicate of Wonder Woman down to her central nervous system, or even a totally
But she's
generic
green.
monster that loves Choco cookies.
They can also shoot lasers from their eyes, fire psionic blasts, turn invisible, and phase through anything. Even
Cool,
Green
cool.
Lantern constructs and force fields that
Wow.
Superman couldn't get through.
On top of all that, they've got a crazy healing factor. John has regenerated back from a single limb, tiny
wow.
pieces, or even a puddle of goo.
This
Oh,
display
well, that's
of
gonna be cool.
awe-inspiring power overwhelmed Dr. Erdell's poor human heart.
Dr. Erdell
and
wasn't
caused
an
him
evil
to
man,
die
just
in the Martian's
curious.
arms.
Damn! Well, at least he accomplished his goal before he bit the red dust, right?
Yeah.
Anyway, John
Yeah,
used his
I guess.
shape-shifting abilities to hide amongst his new world by assuming the identity of a recently deceased detective named John Jones. God, what a crazy coincidence, comic book writer, you clever man.
Detective John Jones lived a double life on Earth.
Okay, alright. John Jones, height 6'7", weight 300 pounds, race Martian, occupation police detective, founding member of the Justice League of America, likes Choco Cookies a lot.
For many years, solving cases and
How
helping
old
as
is he?
many people as he could from the shadows.
And
But
also, what-
eventually, he stepped out,
what would
revealing
that age
himself
mean
to the
for
world
his
and helped
species?
found the Justice League of America.
Yay!
John
You think
definitely
anyone else
holds
would
his
want to
own
join?
in the supergroup. He once pulled the Earth alongside Wonder Woman and Superman, who
Cool.
has stated that of all the beings in the known universe, he would be afraid to fight John.
And he should be afraid. Superman wouldn't
Most
be the first
powerful
Kryptonian
being on the
John has
face
gone
of the
toe-to-toe
earth.
with. He's manhandled Ultraman, who's basically evil Superman from another universe,
Cool.
and Superboy Prime, who can shatter reality with his punches.
Oh,
and is
yes.
also evil Superman from another universe.
Yeah,
Took a
it
blast
happens.
from
It happens.
Asmodel, the king
It
of
happens
evil
quite a
from
lot.
literal army of heaven. He's held his own against
Okay.
Darkseid.
Survived the Haranmir's curse, elected leader of Mars 2, the sequel. Consistently goes toe-to-toe with Superman, flew from Mars to the sun, regenerated from atomic levels of destruction, helped pull the Earth, defeated a bunch of people I don't know.
The manifestation of tyranny in the DC universe. And he's fast enough to catch up to Supergirl and Superman, who
Nice.
we know flies so fast he can burst the bonds of infinity. So
In
basically,
sanity's
he's
name,
just
what
as
have I
strong,
done?
Just as fast as a bunch of crazy gods and demons.
While Jean's strength and
Nice.
speed are obviously very impressive, it's also no secret that
Pow!
his greatest asset is his mind. He's one of the most powerful telepaths in all of the DC universe.
I can't. Why can't I think of what have I been doing with my life? I've been insane. Oh my God, what have I done? Oh God, I'm making him sane, but I can't hold it for long. His mind is like a storm raging. Mine's like a storm raging too, and I'm not crazy. Maybe it's just because I'm not evil. I don't have, like, the moral tipping point here. I don't know. I mean, I do have mental illnesses, but it's not that kind of scope. And of course, Joker is criminally insane, which is its own thing. You know, you got all kinds of stuff. I mean,
reads minds, duh, but he can also shut them down altogether.
Joker
and
is
he once made Mr.
the kind of person who would
Mix
a spitlick.
Mr. Mixed Pickles, f*** your name, that's whatever. Anyway, he got him to subconsciously say his own name backwards, which God only knows, because I can't say it forwards.
Yeah, Superman does that, like, on a regular basis, though. And what I was gonna say is Joker's the kind of person to take advantage of other mentally ill people for his own gain, and yeah, he's very messed. It hasn't been 90 days, has it? Why would you do this? Just to trap me, to belittle...
Which canceled out his powers.
His psychic defenses were strong enough to protect the Justice League against a worldwide telepathic attack.
Neat.
And his ability to sense people's feelings is so strong, he can feel every sentient being in the entire galaxy.
Oh,
And
wow.
he once outthought Perpetua from the Omniverse. Who's that, you ask? Oh, just the freaking creator of the entire multiverse. She's
Nice.
basically the god of everything.
Jean needed to
Cool.
connect his consciousness with everyone on
I
Earth
like that
before
her
Perpetua could catch
headdress
up. He pulled
is
this off by
a
using
strand
his
of
mental abilities
DNA.
within the span of Planck time. Literally the smallest possible measurement of time. In the time it
Nice.
takes you to count to 1, Jean could count to 1 and fly across the universe and back over 200 sextillion times.
Nice.
Thought God. He's a faster thinker than God. And it didn't end there. John took a punch from her and walked away with just a bloody nose. And when she disintegrated him into basically nothing, he regenerated back from a hit
Cool.
from God.
Batman has said that in order to kill Jean for good, you would have to literally destroy every
Shapeshifting, Martian vision, phasing, flight, super breath, laser vision, regeneration, mind reading, telekinesis, and soul manipulation. Smashed every atom in his body one by one. Yeah. Okay. That's John's harness. Hard to get a shapeshifter. Or hard to kill a shapeshifter when you get tired of torturing him. Discard. I can't really read it because I have to do the screen like real small. It's weird. Dessard put him in a particle accelerator, smashed every one of his atoms in his body one by one. No language on this planet has a word for the immensity of the evil we're up against. Oh, that is a good line. No matter what, no matter how impossible it seems, Darkseid must be
single
stopped.
atom in his body, one by one.
God damn. If I didn't love alliteration so much, I'd say we change this guy's name to Martian Godhunter or something. He's basically invincible, right?
Not quite. Jean is not without weakness. He has a very real vulnerability to fire. At times, it has completely overwhelmed him to the point where he loses control of his body.
And not just literal fire
Interesting.
either. John was once tricked into just thinking he was surrounded by fire, and that was enough for him.
Even
Dang.
still, Jean has been able to overcome this weakness. He's fought
Well,
enemies
that's
with
good.
fire abilities and even taken hits from fire attacks, which leads me to believe the weakness, while potent and still able to cause real physical harm, is mainly psychosomatic.
Yeah, I can
What are
see
you
that.
doing?
I heard what you said.
Okay,
Weakness to fire is
the
just
back
in
of
your
his
head.
hand.
I'll be a living god! Another win in the mind column for sure.
Okay, hang on. Early Martian Manhunter stories were inconsistent on whether or not his weakness to fire was physical or mental, but recent issues have made it clear it is physical. Likewise, John has trained to conquer this weakness, though he could still be incapacitated by larger flames.
So
So that makes sense.
planet of these guys out there.
Unfortunately, that's no longer the case. Before Dr. Erdell's strange experiment, Jean's own brother used the Martians' telepathic connection to each other against them, and the entire planet was plagued with Ronmir's curse.
As long as they stayed
I see.
telepathically connected, every Martian was vulnerable to a mental fire that would overwhelm them and burn them from the inside out.
Which
Shit.
sadly sadly worked very well, because the fear of fire is something Jean shares with his fellow Martians.
Oh yeah, he did go to the
Centuries earlier,
sun.
the Guardians of the Universe, a group of immortal aliens who run the Green Lantern Corps, feared that the Martian race could become too strong. So they programmed the Martians with that genetic weakness to fire.
John was
Damn.
able to survive the fiery curse by cutting off his mental connection to his people, including his family.
Oh,
Unfortunately,
jeez, that must
his
be
wife,
awful.
Myria, and their daughter couldn't live with the isolation, and he had no choice but to watch them give in and burn alive. Damn.
Dang!
Racked with grief and survivor's guilt, Jean was left to wander his home
Malefac was buried beneath the rubble that had been his temple, his seat of power. From what I'm understanding, that's not enough to kill him.
world all alone. His only solace being shape-shifting into his lost loved ones to convince himself they were still alive.
Oh my God. Jesus, John. That is so sad.
That pain has undoubtedly shaped who Jean is.
Shit,
In
I'm
fact,
actually
the
tearing
trauma
up.
He held on to so tightly formed a literal spiritual connection with those lost souls. A telepathic connection so strong it kept them from finding peace in an afterlife.
Holy
Let me say
shit.
that again, his grief and telepathy were so strong. He
No, Father, we're asking you to remember, cherish the memories, but oh, please, don't cling to them.
prevented an
God.
entire race of people from moving on to the afterlife.
It wasn't until years
Golly.
later that John could return to Mars and release those souls by finally letting go. And not to forget them,
Holy
but to
shit,
embrace
this
his
is
new life
depressing.
in his new home. A place he would defend time and time again to make sure the Earth never suffers a fate similar to Mars.
Aw,
To
kitty
experience
cat.
all of that, to truly know what it feels like to be alone in the vast universe, but continue to use your wisdom and power to help those in need, is what makes the Martian Manhunter such a noble hero.
On a planet packed with other incredible heroes, John really has set himself apart. He's risen through the ashes and emerged the heart and soul of the Justice League.
Aww.
This episode of Death Battle is sponsored by One Piece on Netflix.
Made by fans for fans, this live-action adaptation of the beloved manga is designed to introduce new
Wasn't it
audiences to the zany
also
pirate
made by
epic.
Oda
And
himself?
where else would it start but the East Blue, a world populated by pirates with supernatural powers, gifted by mysterious devil fruits, where telephones are snails.
And a treasure hidden by the late Goldie Roger kicks off an era of epic adventure.
This action-packed series follows the Straw Hat Pirates, a crew of true
That is
Nakama
a
determined
heck
to
of a
find the
tagline.
legendary One Piece and live free on the high seas.
All the while being chased by the honorable Marines, protecting the waterways from those dastardly pirates.
In an ocean of grim and gritty adaptations, One Piece is an adventurous, warm-hearted, binge-worthy island.
Series mangaka Eiichiro Oda was involved at every step of the process, which has never been done before in any other live-action manga adaptation.
Which does
Pirates
not
like
make
for
any
me,
sense to me
Marines
at
stink.
all. You would
Watch
think
One
that would
Piece
just be
August
standard.
31st, only on Netflix.
You would think that would just be standard to have creators of
Zen-
stuff involved in everything, you know? I just don't know why that's not the default case. That is so weird. People are
A
weird.
virtual utopia, free from any and all crime, poverty, and disease.
And home to Norin Rad, which I've gotta say is the sickest, most radical name I have ever heard in my entire life. He was a brainy kid who was
That
raised
does
to
seem
live a
especially
life of
sick,
reason
nasty.
and intellect over one of gnarly adventure.
That is, until the technologically advanced society came under threat from the Devourer of Worlds,
Yeah.
Galactus.
Yeah.
So
Rise, puny creature, rise and face the monumental majesty of Galactus. Do not attempt to speak, it will serve no purpose, since I know why you have come. Your quest is in vain. You cannot save your world from being ravished by Galactus. I seek no wealth, no personal gain, no petty paltry treasure which Zenla may possess. Instead, I crave your total energy of your hapless world, energy without which Galactus cannot survive.
Norin struck up a deal with the World Muncher. In exchange for sparing his planet, Mr. Red offered to leave his home behind, become Galactus's herald, and seek out new planets for him to scarf down.
And once Galactus agreed to the deal, he imbued his new herald with the power cosmic, transforming him into
So he
the
could just
Silver Surfer.
Give that out, huh?
Equally tubular name. 2 for 2. Wow, you rarely see it.
The power cosmic.
Okay, named Norin Rad, height 6'4", weight 225 pounds. So he's not fully silver. Former Herald of Galactus, member of the Defenders, officially a citizen of Earth. That's nice. Seen The Wizard of Oz 1,000 times. Why? I actually don't like that movie. I feel it's very, they changed so much shit from the books that it's just bizarre to me. I know some stuff they couldn't do, like the village of the China dolls. That just couldn't be done back then in the, what was it, 1929? No, 1939. But still, like, in the book, it was not a dream. Okay? Dorothy and her family moved there. They moved to Oz. Oh my god, I just realized what my camera's been doing. Okay. They moved to Oz in a later book. It is a physical place.
Cosmic grants the Surfer near unlimited energy, as well as matter manipulation,
Near unlimited.
phasing, super strength, speed, and invulnerability, just to name a few.
The Surfer's basically got all of Galactus' space magic, just on a smaller scale. And
Okay, being the first Herald, the Silver Surfer has a wider range of abilities than the Heralds that came after him. I wonder why. You'd think later ones would find ways to elaborate.
Galactus uses that power to fight guys like the In-Betweener, an abstract being from the overspace.
The Surfer used the power cosmic to serve Galactus diligently for nearly 100 years, during which he ensured that the planets consumed were devoid of sentient life.
That is, until the Surfer accidentally offered up a planet with life.
Yeah, how do you do that?
So Galactus tried his best to
You didn't
suppress
check?
the Surfer's emotions, erase the painful memories, and make it easier for him to find planets with tasty, delicious life, guilt-free.
Yep.
How nice of him.
And it worked for a while until the Surfer reached Earth. Galactus's mighty mind manipulation.
Okay. Spilled some lemonade. The comic that this originated from implied that the mind manipulation happened shortly before the Surfer reached Earth. However, there are numerous stories that follow the Surfer before he arrives to Earth, suggesting that there were likely a good amount of time between these two events. Well, shortly is still relative, I'm guessing, since I'm going to be under the assumption that he's been doing this for thousands and thousands of years, right? Just because of the time frame it would take to travel.
The Surfer's true nature for good. With the help of Alicia Masters and the Fantastic Four, the Surfer turned against his
I've never heard
overlord
of
and
Alicia
saved
Masters.
the Earth from being eaten.
But even after all of that, Galactus just let the Surfer keep his powers. At any
that's good.
point, he could have just taken them back.
Being the source of the Surfer's powers,
remove your
yes, he
space-time
could.
powers.
But Galactus has continued to let the Surfer have the power.
You were always my favorite. Galactus has so much respect for the Surfer. In Silver Surfer Requiem, Galactus grieved for his death at Zenlaw alongside the rest of his people. Wow. That's quite impressive.
Or cosmic out of respect for his first Herald.
Damn. See, that's the kind of respect I'm asking from you.
Yeah.
Anyway, ever since those mental gymnastics with Galactus, the Surfer made sure nothing like that would ever happen again.
And he's
Never
been
again.
successful. Like when Psycho Man failed to trick the
Okay, Psycho Man. You know, I just inherently fill that in with Tis. Psycho Mantis. Gotta plug everything into the next controller. Power can match the 6 Infinity Stones. Interesting. Cosmic energy can be extended to the entire universe. Pulled a giant ship out of a black hole. Stilled every molecule so no sound could be made. Took the pain of the entire macroverse. Crashed into the Big Bang. Travels so fast reaches singularity. Is singularity a proper noun in Marvel Comics? Galactus, Hulk, Thor, and Mephisto.
Surfer
All
with
right.
his illusions. Or when he was briefly trapped in the Supreme Intelligence's mind when it was using the Mind Stone.
With some of those mental threats behind him, he could finally take to the spaceways, kick ass, and monologue about the meaning of life in the universe.
All of which he's quite good at, especially that last one. It's thanks to the abilities afforded to him through all that cosmic energy.
It's
Nice.
seriously crazy. He can rearrange the molecules of anything he wants into anything he wants. He can force you to just feel pain in general, and he can even control elements. Not just earth, wind, and fire, but anything in a boogie wonderland like gravity and the weather.
He's got enough power and energy
interesting.
inside him.
Come on. The power cosmic, energy manipulation, matter manipulation, soul manipulation, elemental manipulation, possession, telekinesis, hypnosis, regeneration, cosmic awareness, and intangibility. The surfboard can be turned into weapons, can act with just a thought from Surfer, and can be rebuilt by the Surfer.
That
Okay.
He once created an infant star to serve as a new light source in a universe devoid of light.
So just when
I
he needed
see.
it, he was able to pop out a baby son? That's convenient.
That's the power
That's the
cosmic.
power
But
cosmic.
we can't forget about the sick board he shreds the stars with. This
Nice.
thing's basically an extension of himself. He can transform
Cool.
it into a
Just
sweet sword
pops
or
out
into
of
pure
it.
cosmic energy. And if it breaks, he can just form a new one.
On his board, the
Cool.
Surfer has traveled at incalculable speeds on multiple occasions. He can fly faster than Thor, and even once flew so fast he reached the future.
Even without his board, he once broke free from energy shackles that would zap away his power within the next nanosecond. Gnarly, brah. He once outsurfed a wave of universal destruction. He had to surf out of all of existence as it was being torn apart. Now, I've seen some choice waves
Oh,
in my day,
God,
but if
the
you ask me,
sunglasses.
that's one too best for watching on the beach with a brew.
You're hitting it real hard with all this surfing lingo. He's honestly not that kind of guy at all.
Righteously disagree with you, dude. You are carving up my brainwaves into an A-frame swell that I just can't bail. I'm waxed, man, waxed.
The Silver Surfer is a tragic figure who is always weighing his choices through every angle of morality. Like when he set out to destroy the new host of the Star Brand, an energy source that grants his wielders virtually infinite power, capable of wiping out all life on Earth.
The Star Brand seems to choose
Just
a new
Earth?
unknowing host at random. Could be a good guy, could be the most evil person to ever exist. But despite that threat, the Surfer spared the new Star Brand once he found out she was carrying a child.
I see. Another example of the Surfer wrestling with moral quandaries was when Zenlaw began invading worlds to force their culture on them. To save those worlds, the Surfer erased Zenlaw culture from the entire universe. Good lord. He couldn't just, like... I hope he did other things first, like trying to talk to diplomats and, you know, make a statement against all of this colonialism and all of this stuff. If you want to invade worlds to spread your culture, why not go to these uninhabited worlds that I'm finding all over the place? You know, etc. I hope he didn't just jump straight to the
He
nuclear
decided to bear
option.
the weight of any potential consequences on his own shoulders instead of squashing any and all hope
Hang on, wait. If he erased it from the entire universe, wouldn't he have to erase himself?
that the child would use that power for good.
I get it. He's a righteous dude on a surfboard.
Exactly. And in the surfer's case, a keen sense of morality also comes with a keen sense of his surroundings in general. He can see enemies even when they're invisible.
All
and can
right.
sense incoming threats, to the point where he can sense someone approaching even before they've left their own home.
He can
Nice.
also absorb energy his opponents throw at him.
They're just
Anything from
going around getting their
psionic energy
jacket,
to
their
a
keys.
freaking star. The surfer can even do it when he's on death's door. Hey, Wiz, what do you think the doormat on death's door says? Probably like, knock 'em dead, right?
Welcome.
What are you talking? Now, it does take a lot to get the surfer to death's
If
door.
it's Jean
He's
Grey
taken a
Lacey's
blast from the
back
Infinity
entrance.
Stones, survived being smashed into pieces, crashed
17
into the
times.
Big Bang, and played catch with a star.
He caught
Cool.
it and then threw it right back at that punk Deadpool.
Nice.
Ah, I hope you like a big ball of gas in your face, you tool.
Reed Richards, the smartest man alive, has said that the surfer is probably the most powerful.
There's still something about him that brings out the maternal instinct in me.
being in all the galaxy.
And even after years spent drifting through the galaxy, he's still built strong
Who
bonds,
is the
like with the
woman in the
Fantastic Four,
spotted
the
outfit
Defenders,
that he keeps-
and with people like Dawn Greenwood.
Oh,
But
that one.
somehow,
Thank you.
he always
Dawn
ends
Greenwood.
up alone in space, searching for answers, searching for beings that need his help, searching for something that could replace the home that he lost all those years ago.
Only
Ah.
to be weighed down by the guilt of his servitude and the pain of his sacrifice, which was ultimately done in vain. Cause it doesn't
Oh,
seem
yeah.
to matter what the surfer does. Zenla is destined for destruction.
Eh,
At this point,
yeah.
his home world has been destroyed 4 times over.
Holy
Despite
shit!
all, this tragic hero still manages to take everything in stride as he surfs
The
the
key to
stars
the
and fights
entire
tirelessly
planet.
to preserve every being's right to live.
Nice.
This episode is sponsored by
Shady
of those
Wolfins, Shady Rivals, Bad Up.
and we've run the data through all
Okay.
possibilities.
It's time for
Well,
Dead
okay.
Bad Up.
I'm guessing Silver Surfer because of one thing he can create stars. Stars are fire. And we know that Martian Manhunter can go to a star, but if Surfer can keep doing this, and you know, he can manipulate a sun, he can throw a sun at someone. Yeah, yeah.
Oh!
Yeah. I feel like that's what's gonna happen.
In all of my journeys, I have never seen anything quite like this.
I assumed your journeys would have made you rather familiar with places like this, Nordenrad. Or should I say, Silver Surfer? Now, tell me why you have summoned me here.
There's some color. Martian Manhunter, Silver Surfer in Mind Over Matter. There we go.
What are you hiding?
No, just phasing straight through planetoids and asteroids. Nice.
Tell me your secrets.
I
Nice,
must
that's
end
so
this.
intimidating. I wonder if, like, can Galactus just, like, munch on an asteroid belt? Will that fill him up? Is it, like, popcorn to him? Ah, neat. I forgot about this ability.
There's no use in hiding. I can feel your presence.
Nice. And ain't gonna do shit. That is a really nice hand-drawn dragon. This is some very good sprite work and the drawn stuff. Yeah, this initially it's gonna hold him back, but it's not gonna stop him not until later.
Can best Martian might.
Your will is admirable, but will alone is not enough.
This is a very small sun, isn't it?
Feel the pain.
That is some kind of awkward sprite work right there, the face.
You and I possess the same knowledge.
Yeah.
Only one of us can survive, and we know not why.
I
Oh.
hope you can live with the uncertainty.
Oh.
Victory comes with no certain satisfaction. I will never know why we were made to fight. If violence is ever truly justified, but perhaps there is something worthy in the battle.
Myria.
Something beyond my understanding.
God damn, you just took out a solar system to kill this one guy, and you didn't know why. Shit, dude.
What the hell are we doing? Why are we forcing such beautiful souls to fight to the death?
Both the Silver Surfer and the Martian Manhunter were two extraordinarily powerful beings, each with very wide power sets.
So they both had counters for almost everything they could throw at each other. They could both phase through objects.
Okay, likely comparable in strength and speed. No real way to permanently kill Surfer, less versatile. Silver Surfer has better regeneration, could likely resist mental manipulation. Power Cosmic offers many advantages. Certain powers like molecular manipulation could be resisted. I see.
Rearrange molecules and regenerate their own bodies.
But arguably the biggest thing on the Martian Manhunter's side was his formidable telepathy. The Surfer has had his memories erased and his emotions manipulated by Galactus. So it would stand to reason that Jean could pose a mental threat to the Surfer.
But the Surfer has resisted mental attacks.
Okay. The Surfer is aware of the infinite planes of reality and has also commanded beings who can think seventh dimensionally. Nice.
When Psycho Man played on the Surfer's guilt and pretended to be his lost love, the Surfer saw right through it, and he escaped the Supreme Intelligence's mind when it was using a frickin' Mind Stone.
These two could have
Nice.
gone toe-to-toe around the universe for a long time. But when it came down to it, the question was, who had the power to put the other down for good?
They both have some serious healing factors and have come back from basically nothing. But if ending Martian Manhunter meant destroying his every atom one by one, the Surfer has the means to make that happen thanks to the seemingly endless well of energy that is the power cosmic.
I
It's truly
see,
an
that makes
overwhelming
sense.
source of unlimited.
The Surfer said his powers were removed by machinery specifically designed to take an infinite amount of power. Not even Rogue could take that much power. Yeah, I mean, she's a mutant, but she's still got, squishy human body.
Power. And outside of Galactus stripping the power away from him, the Surfer is never without it.
It's like a battery. Even if Jean could drain all of the cosmic energy, the Surfer can just recharge it. And he's used that power
Cool.
to destroy planets, defeat Galactus-level threats, and can basically accomplish anything with it.
While both of these philosophic heroes tend to hold back out of a respect for life, there's obviously no holding back here. And the depth of Silver
Boomstick.
Surfer's abilities gave him the win.
This Martian was harsh in his mellow, so the Surfer had to wave goodbye. Bodacious, Cowabunga, Hang Ten, Ninja Turtles.
The winner is the Silver Surfer.
Okay, I have been spoiled on what the next battle is. It was one we knew was going to happen. I thought it was going to be the season
Thanks
ender.
for watching. Stay tuned.
Okay, Cameron Nickad was Martian Manhunter and Silver Surfer was Paul Giet. You did a really good job. I notice Ringmaster keeps getting credit even if he's not in an episode.
We have a new death battle releasing every 2 weeks this year. And click the join
Interesting.
button to get new perks and extra content. Planet level members even see death battles before anyone else, so don't miss out.
Yeah, there we go, yeah. Discord versus Bill Cipher. Oh, goodness gracious. Ah, well. That was fun. Surprisingly emotional. They've really been going for that lately, haven't they? They've really been going for the emotional endings, like the Magneto versus Tetsuo, the thank you, the what's his name versus Jonathan, the she's my sister. Oh goodness, I could write a horribly tragic ending, couldn't I? You all know my fanfics. Well, you probably don't know my fanfics if you're just here for my death battles, but yeah, I write a whole lot of fanfics and they're usually very depressing. My most popular fic is one called Answering Machine, and it takes the form of answering machine messages throughout the plot of Pokemon X and Y. It's Sycamore calling Lysandra, and yeah, the last line is considered the most heartbreaking thing I've ever written. I put it to a poll. Oh gosh. Okay. In case you don't want to read just 600 words, the last line is mailbox full. Okay, so yeah, that was fun. That was surprisingly emotional. And since the ending, it feels like they're aware of the rules of death battle, that regardless of if they want to or not, let's see if I can just go back to they have to fight to the death, and they can't do a thing to stop it. I think it's the first time characters become aware of the function of the show without it being used for comedy, and I'm a huge fan of it. Oh gosh. Oh, that was really good. Okay, oh gosh, I've got to make some calls. I've got to do adult stuff, like deal with utilities in my new house. Not looking forward to this bullshit. Oh my god. Okay, I will see you all in 2 weeks' time. Woo!